Donald Trump is now claiming that he doesn't know who Ghislaine Maxwell is. He said he hasn't heard that name in a while, and there's a moment where he acts like he's struggling to recall who that even is. Who is Ghislaine Maxwell, asks Trump, who just 2 months ago had his Deputy Attorney General and former personal lawyer Todd Blanche move Ghislaine Maxwell from a maximum security prison to a minimum security prison across the country with other quote-unquote celebrity inmates. I mean, there are clips that I can play for you right now of Trump talking about Ghislaine Maxwell. On August 5th, which was roughly 2 months ago, Trump gave a speech at the White House where he talked about Ghislaine Maxwell. Then in an interview just a few days before that, he was asked about Ghislaine. Listen.
Again, Ghislaine Maxwell serving 20 years in prison for sex trafficking. Is clemency on the table for her in exchange for testimony?
I'm allowed to do it, but nobody's asked me to do it. I know nothing about it. I don't know anything about the case, but I know I have the right to do it. I have the right to give pardons. I've given pardons to people before.
And it's not just this one clip. I mean, as you guys can imagine, Trump was asked about Ghislaine Maxwell for months surrounding the Epstein controversy. I can pull up hundreds of clips of Caitlin Collins, of even right-wing reporters at the White House, like Peter Doocy, asking questions about Ghislaine Maxwell, yet Donald Trump has the goal to pull this BS that he always pulls where he says, I've never heard the name. I don't know about them. Now, he doesn't do that exactly. He doesn't say, I've never heard the name. But in this clip that I'm about to play, he basically says, who are you talking about? I haven't heard that name in a while. Like he's trying to recall who's being talked about. Just take a listen.
Yeah, please.
Mr. President's term today, Mr. President.
Say it.
The Supreme Court is back and they rejected today an appeal by Ghislaine Maxwell to overturn her conviction. That means her only chance of getting out of prison is a pardon from you. Is that something you're...
Who are we talking about?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
I haven't heard the name in so long. I can say this, that I'd have to take a look at it. I would have to take a look. Did they reject that?
She wanted to appeal her conviction.
Don't play dumb. He's playing dumb. I haven't heard the name in so long.
I haven't heard the name in so long. I can say this, that I'd have to take a look at it. I would have to take a look. Did they reject that?
She wanted to appeal her conviction.
And what happened?
They said that they were not going to hear her appeal.
I see. Well, I'll take a look at it. I will speak to the DOJ. I wouldn't consider it or not consider it. I don't know anything about it. So, but I'll speak. I will speak to the DOJ.
Why would she be a candidate for clemency, sir?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to speak to the DOJ. I'll look at it. I have a lot of people who have asked me for pardons. I call him Puff Daddy has asked me for a pardon.
But she was convicted of child sex trafficking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to take a look at it. I have to ask DOJ.
What a slippery, slimy little guy. I hate this president. And then listen, in this clip that I just played for you with Rob Finnerty on Newsmax, he's asked about clemency and he refuses to give an answer. This is how I read it. He was leaving the door open for clemency to try to gain leverage over Ghislaine Maxwell, which he had, saying, hey, I could essentially pardon you. I have the powers if you just don't incriminate me. Then Ghislaine Maxwell is interviewed, moved to another prison, and then she doesn't incriminate Donald Trump. She even says that, like, Trump never did anything. Trump was never even around Epstein. Epstein never really did anything. She made insane claims throughout that tape, and they're obviously false. Donald Trump has been trying to gain this leverage. Now that the Supreme Court earlier today said that Ghislaine Maxwell can under no condition be granted clemency, Trump is acting like he wasn't dangling those keys the entire time. Just listen to this one more time.
Ghislaine Maxwell serving 20 years in prison for sex trafficking. Is clemency on the table for her in exchange for testimony?
I'm allowed to do it, but nobody's asked me to do it. I know nothing about it. I don't know anything about the case. But I know
he absolutely does. He was asked about this case on Air Force One multiple times. Either way, Donald Trump then begins to talk about Chicago, claiming that black women in Chicago, this is what he says, love the National Guard being mobilized.
Happy that we're there. And the people of Chicago. So you have black women with MAGA hats on in Chicago, all over the place. They want the Guard to come in, or they don't care who comes in. They just want to be safe.
I mean, I live and work in Chicago, and I do a lot of politics with Trump supporters, so far be it for me to understand the political culture of Chicago, but I don't think that Donald Trump understands what black women in America like. Number one, 93% of black women supported Kamala Harris and voted blue, but I also don't think he knows what people in Chicago are thinking. So especially not black women in Chicago. They're not running around wearing MAGA hats or whatever the hell Trump implies here. He's trying to push some narrative, spewing vitriol. I bet this is what happened. Fox News posted one photo of some Trump supporter in Chicago who is black, and now Trump thinks that's the entirety of Chicago. In this next clip, Trump gets asked about Pam Bondi. Caitlin Collins did a really good job today. These are mainly Caitlin Collins clips. She is good at asking the exact questions at the exact time to get Trump going. In this one, she asked about Comey. And Trump says, no, I never told anybody anything about Comey, which is demonstrably false. 4 days before Comey was indicted, Trump sent out a post that said, Pam, you need to go after Comey.
Recognized by many people to be a dirty cop and a dishonest guy. So all I have to do is, I have nothing to do with the case. I just say.
But you call
Oh, he admitted it right there. All I have to do is, well, I guess I have nothing to do with the case.
for his prosecution could help him actually in his defense of this case?
No, I think he's a crooked guy. He's a dirty cop. Comey, I think he's a dirty cop. He's recognized by many people to be a dirty cop and a dishonest guy. So all I have to do is, I have nothing to do with the case. I just say,
But you
Good
called
luck.
Pam Bondi to prosecute him and oppose
no,
him.
I don't call anybody. You know what? I'm allowed to do that if I wanted to do that. But Comey's a crooked guy. He has been for years. And he got caught. Look, he lied. This is just a simple case. He totally lied. And then he confirmed the lie on, I guess, numerous occasions, or at least one occasion. He confirmed the lie. He said, that's what I said, and I stand by it. And, the guy, and he didn't say, to the best of my knowledge. He didn't say, well, I don't remember. He made a very definitive statement and a very important statement concerning him.
I like how Trump will relentlessly talk about, I haven't reached out to Pam Bondi. I don't really know anything about the case, actually. And then when you ask him, he's like, I know everything about the case. And he begins to make up, reverse engineer evidence to make it seem like Comey is guilty rather than letting the trial play out. And when Caitlin Collins, what she says, the question gets kind of cut off in the beginning. But what Caitlin Collins is asking is a great question. She says, won't this make prosecutors' jobs harder when you are openly tampering in the case? Which is true. It makes the job of prosecutors across the country harder when Donald Trump is essentially poisoning the well or tweeting about these things, truthing about these cases as the investigation is ongoing, oftentimes before the investigation has even started. That lets defense attorneys make the argument that Trump is clearly tampering in the case, which he is. It is so incredibly clear. And I'm going to leave it at that. If you appreciate the videos that we make on the Adam Mockler channel, all that I ask is that you subscribe below. Go follow us over on Facebook, Adam Mockler, or Instagram, same name, Adam Mockler. If you follow us everywhere, you can help us fight and punch back against MAGA. I love you all, and peace out.